I call it near past. I call it yesterday. I don't call what happened in South Africa past. It's actually most of it present. 90% of it is still present.
We all, in 1994, did not start at the same point.
When I first arrived in the country in the 1960s, it would appear as though Soweto school children were being taught how to be servants.
That white kids were not advantaged, they were super advantaged during the apartheid era. And then below that was the Indians, below that was the so-called colored, and then really down below was the blacks. And apartheid ministers made it quite clear. Why do you want to educate blacks?
People can say we are racist, but now we can't be racist. We are not racist. Do you understand? We are responding to what has been done to us and what is going on to us now.
And this is my view, please. Very little has changed for the have-nots in my country. Because again, unfortunately, the majority of the have-nots are African black.
I started Happy Feet in 2007 because we've got a big problem here of early pregnancies with girls and also young children, 12-year-olds going to prison. We have a big problem here of gangsterism.
There are too many gangsters in the township. So it took me out and groomed me to be the person I am now.
I think Happy Feet is a good project because it keeps us to not get to the dangerous things, to smoke and to drink.
Before, they were in our spare time, we were just playing. We were just playing and we sing bad things out there. Now View has taken us together as a community.
People still live in places called townships. You know, Langa, Kailicha, Nyanga, East, Guguletu, whereby if you look around, these places are unproductive.
In my neighborhood, there's a lot of gangs. And what tends to happen is that gangs are the role models in our society.
The parents of this place are drinking in front of their children. They do sex, as you see, how we stay here, how we live here. The windows are open, the children are playing, then they see what the old people are doing, then they went outside to practice what they saw to their parents. So that's where the Happy Feet taught the children, they play a big role to teach the children what is right and what is wrong.
People coming from these areas, they did not have skills and education to get better jobs, which means even today, people are still supplying cheap labor to the factories. This place is close to an industrial area called Epping. You know, by law, a minimum wage is about 1,500 for someone who works almost 30 days a month. That money, 1,500 rand, is not enough when you have 4 children.
A lot of kids want to be in gangs because we live in a society that is limited resource. People are in poverty. The people with the best cars, the nice clothes, money are gangsters.
Most of the people and the children, they don't start crime because they are horrible people. They get into this situation and they saw that the easy way to make a living is to go into crime. As a result, this place here, we've got criminals which are most feared, not only in this township, they're feared in all the townships. And this place has been very notorious of producing people like that. Starting Happy Feet was trying to avoid this trend of this place producing crime and feared criminals. So since we started Happy Feet, we managed to minimize all these problems. It's actually getting worse the way children grows up. The conditions of the parents, hostels like this, The kids are more like on their own. When I looked at all these problems, and I looked at my problems when I grew up, and I asked myself, what saved me? What made my life better? And the answer was education. The schools are not really in a good position to really prepare these guys.
Okay, I want to take my child to, I want my child to have good education, great education. Then you have to take your child to a white school to understand.
One could be highly critical on their approach, but one also needs to understand that you have one teacher that has to deal with close to 50 students in one class. There's a large number of kids that they have to deal with. Many of them, they come from dysfunctional families. They come from dysfunctional societies. In as much as we do not want to address such issues, but these teachers have to deal with so many troubled young kids at the same time. And I doubt that these teachers are capacitated enough to be able to withstand what comes through in the classroom.
African black teachers, when they were trained, mathematics and physics was not allowed to be part of their curriculum. So in a large extent, a number of black inner schools are being taught by teachers that doesn't have any real understanding of the subject due to not having, real qualifications in it. I need to say here, it's not the teacher's fault. It is a systems issue.
This is a system, systematically. Do you understand? This is a system.
In 2016, I did not expect that it's going to be like this. But it's the harsh reality of South Africa. Education here is really a crisis. All these problems will become a cycle. It's a huge problem. But solving this huge problem of South Africa has to start somewhere. I believe initiatives like the Ituba Lingalanga project, that's where you start. So the school, it's already here, it's got bathrooms, and after 2 o'clock the schools are not working. The schools don't work on weekends. So instead of just building, just sitting here, we can make use of them, in terms of the program. So this is where we're starting the after school program. And the idea is to run it for 2 years and collect all the data in terms of like the success and the ups and downs, If it all goes well, we want to build our own school. What we're going to do after school here from 3 o'clock, max till 5 or till 4, we'll see. It's going to affect the whole school. The standard of the school is going to grow.
I want to be a pilot because I want to see many countries.
My dream is to be a tour guide, like the job that Siviwe is doing. Yeah, I want to travel to places, to the world.
I want to be a doctor. I want to help people in our country.
Each and every child here is born with a talent, A child here and a child next to the mountain, they are born all of them with equal talents. The difference is the nurturing, the preparation, the guidance for them. That's the only difference. So if we can provide that for them, they can be whoever they want to be.
Will it end up with a result which will be satisfactory to the person who's angry? I don't believe it will. How could we do that? The answer is not an easy one. The first step, as we've discussed with Siviwe, is to start the long journey of teaching people how to be more numerate, more literate, able to explain themselves in English, and then one hopes that will dissipate some of the anger, and perhaps the energy from that anger can be put into striving to make a better world for the person who was previously angry and the world in which they live. Very, very idealistic, and not something I expect to claim as being the right thing to do, but definitely I see that vision though.
All these things we talk about, to explain here, it's impossible for me as a viewer to achieve them. I need people who believe in what I believe in, that education for the young children can actually be the solution to all the problems we're facing. We can only make this possible if we all come as a team and we pull on the same direction.
Bringing all these things that we don't know to us, and that is very good friends.
Joy!